British time. A lawyer Francis Anna Betwitwe Enkomo. Ofri FB solicitors. Really, I say, aha, ofri FB solicitors. And intimacy more. Unyaba, Bomodia, na yɛn no, yɛnka yɛn ho mbom a a Ghanaian community ɛwɔ ha sei. This community about legal education. Nti yɛato din legal digest. Ɛkwan a yɛfa so a yɛhwɛ so na yɛkyerɛkyerɛ mmara mu sɛnea mmara no teɛ wɔ UK ne kwan a bɛfa so a sɛ wonni nkrataa mpo a wo nso wo nsa bɛka wo nkrataa. Ɛno nti bɔ mmɔden a na bɛka yɛn ho FB solicitors ekuo no na fa wo ho ɛbɛhyɛ lawyer Francis ɛne FB solicitors dwumakuo no nyinaa ase na yɛntumi mmoa wo na wo nso wo nsa nka wo nkrataa. Abusua wobɛbusa sɛ na FB solicitors koraa no yɛwɔ hemfa. FB solicitors yɛ baabi a ɛwɔ no ɛnyɛ yera kwan krakrakrakrakrakrakra. Yɛwɔ backing yɛ address suite E and F the clock house na yɛwɔ sɛnea medi nkan kan no abonsan no yɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa ɛne nti bɔ mmɔden ara na hyɛ no nso the nearest train station Barking train station nti bɔ mmɔden ara na hyɛ no nso saa nso ɛna wɔpɛ yɛ office telephone line no a 0208 264 4800. Lawyer Francis Amrini Nkomo in the mobile line is 079 4677 Briefly, Mami making this announcement. Nipa boni binam and our friend also of free FB solicitors. And our all stress and call for say was send you bibi or WhatsApp click so message wa. Obi bi obes kasa asem bia no be frɛ wa no be send you bibi or ka bibi sa chon message wa. Men tie no. And free lawyer Francis. Well, catch and say you want to speak to lawyer Francis. So when the accent in alatania, but more the answer on in country. So on Timia will say on free FB solicitors. So our numbers here and when free FB solicitors are don't do business with any other person. What do I say? And into numbers no any 0208 264 4800. Mobile line on and so a 079 a 4677 2439. These are the numbers every FB solicitors. A lawyer Francis. Lawyer, you more quite na pom to say.
Ya onua. Nyame adom. Ye ho ye. Na also side send eko.
Oh, nyame adom me so me ho ye pa. Enra na me support to me ba a big team city na ma Madrid be show mo ya. Semenyo team.
Enyo no kwa Chelsea
Oh.
for so sa.
Oh, we are Chelsea.
Chelsea dey na enye kra.
Now, I also support to Chelsea.
Me support to Chelsea and go
Oh, why team Papa support na Chelsea there.
Oh,
People say United.
I know dear dada nyina o nti enim go ase omo ku yenimu ase poto.
Oh, kafra.
But it's all good. They say that you're free European Championship no more.
Oh,
Yeah. Into here and now matches a course the only team on which me di winning any Arsenal. Arsenal for your boy Omabaso.
Wifey team. My wife need team ni Arsenal. Also this year also league na MCU.
Oh, why you met me ajimom? Because the rate at which omo didi omechi no omo nye consistent no. Into 1 or 2 things no yeah na ma one here I predict here waiting like I say Arsenal aje. But in Premiership no BBA TBC. For all you know, make me drop points there. I think it's about 7 or 8 matches been here.
Arsenal they won't to manage. Esa.
Hey,
Supporting in any budget. But any na say na work on betimi age. Anyway, yenko and addition him. Any updates for immigration, family court, BBA or sa. And abusia for More request wo TikTok na nche mefa mu nyina na mo de mo questions na aba. And to keep hanging in there. Mema lawyer de a friend say maybe akwenya no na wo nso wo question bi a or request ya na wa bubusa wo question. Mesre wa keep tapping power tap yene FB solicitors enewa ene ye baba besua de efa mmerɛ mu ho nsɛm but ansa na yɛbɛkɔ no yɛbɛkɔ akɔgye yɛn update every lawyer lawyer update bɛn na wɔ.
Meda say dog nti akɛseɛ kɔma yɛ tiefoɔ ahwɛfoɔ TikTok any other platforms, Dr.
Mm,
Rain TV platform, and I'm me platform now. Say your legal digest, say 7 to 8 net drew on more. And Saturdays in so 12 to 1 no, it drew what. Yo, me da say, me and me can say friend lawyer Francis from FB Solicitors.
mm,
There a TNS at the moment, what is going on in the immigration law, no, BBI, a friend of end settlement, end
mm,
settlement. Yeah, can't want something, but it seems still no, it's trending. A car trending, and no, and our home office, any also, as they say, Commons House of Commons Committee says end settlement indefinite leave to remain changes must be implemented carefully to avoid unintended consequences.
mm,
Yeah, because they realize the rate at which our Home Secretary handle it, they prefer say we extra careful regarding how we implement the end settlement. So remember for a start, omo yaji end settlement not to. So when you kasa, that means they realize it's all good. But until say adenaba abeye mrano, we the lawyers, yeah sure anymore. Yeah
mm,
sure anymore. Send a beya and as a sena or mode ebetu edra. Yo, ɛno nso nkɔpɛ baabi na ne yɛnhwɛ employment right no. It seems last week mebobɔbɔ so but still manya request they still want us to go over again
mm,
because lawyer about me or immigration. The employment changes be but I think the best thing is we have to let people be aware. Employment changes normally starting from April, which is the financial year, April to April. So what it is almost the Employment Right Bill. It's now the Employment Right Act, which is 2025. It became law on the 18th of December 2025, which is last year. And our employment rights bill, no, a change year, every year Employment Right Act 2025. Now, here I say the act will introduce additions and amendments to existing legislation, including the Employment Rights Act 1996. And only act na dada. Ɛno na yɛde ɛbɔ yɛn ho ban ɛfa employer-employee relationship ɛne nneɛma a ɔfeel sɛ ebinom feel sɛ yɛtreat wɔn badly ɛwɔ wɔn ndwuma mu ɛne nneɛma a na they feel sɛ they are entitled to. Saa mmara no na ɛkyerɛkyerɛ kwan a yɛnhwɛ na yɛmfa yie ɛnto yie. Yo, nti wohwɛ mu a the Employment Rights Act 2020 five no aba abɛyɛ mmara seesei na
mm,
mmara no ɛbaeɛ no ɛde so many changes ɛna ebiom nso no ama yɛhu yɛ rights in terms of woyɛ employee a what yɛnsan si April 2026 changes a ɛreba paternity leave and ordinary parental leave changes necessary, which is from 6th of April 2026. Paternity leave will become a day one right, allowing someone to give notice of leave from the first day of employment. Currently, Cecilia no deɛ wɔwɔ ne sɛ Currently, someone must have worked for their employer for 26 weeks. From now to 6th of April, no, who person will enjoy paternity leave. I was say 1 year juma, ama juma run for 26 weeks. 26 weeks. But from 6th of April 2026, econo. And then ya employer na sabe wife awo na upese o ask for paternity leave. From 6th of April, no, won't train say when the 26 weeks. But rather no, day one no, send any employer ubet me apply say me person me call paternity leave. Which is from 6th of April.
Okay.
And yes, see. See, this almost 20 say why you Juma 26 days and son went to me so paternity leave, you know. Yeah.
Okay. Joe.
And a bill ordinary parental leave or unpaid parental leave will also become a day one right. Currently, someone must have worked for their employer for 1 year to be eligible. Yes, I will be a friend of ordinary parental leave or unpaid parental leave. So see, I know we are Juma for 1 year, and I'll bet me I requested for that leave, no. But from 6th of April 2025, no, at least a year 1 year Juma, a free day one no, ubet me I requested for ordinary parental leave or unpaid parental leave. Also, the restrictions on taking paternity leave are after shared parental leave will be removed. Inti ushema ebiom so eligible fathers and partners will be able to take up to 52 weeks of unpaid bereaved partners paternity leave if the mother or primary adopter dies. They must take this leave within 52 weeks of the child's birth, including surrogacy, adoption placement, or entry to Great Britain for overseas adoption. Yo, the etienne say, bia, omokafo na ekwa akwo na ono antumi an survive say yefa se ewuo eja wuo afa na akola na waba na wanya maame no wo papa no within 52 weeks, you know, ube to me ateki bereavement partners paternity leave. Oh no, you are entitled to that. I was all fun within 52 weeks.
Okay.
Inti one far sabe etimi ehwere wo.
Yo. Lawyer. Yenjina ho na yenko eye Asha ho. Asha. Omitu ho na question awo no lawyer 80 ewi ana ya toa update this. Hello. Yetu nka na ma woni so kakra.
Good evening, lawyer.
Yeah, you so.
Madam, me no lady bi na figure na buy. And our really the buy. But the day our really buy no. You my 1 year. Girl no one go school. The girl na go school ni sa no. Ana e twa yen krata enim. Nti so ye twa yen krata enim no. Ana ye de mo ana me di kodi aduro. Ti me kodi aduro we no. Girl no we as a Christian and I'm a Muslim. And they could say because of Sadia no. I'm a coming interview. To girl no any affair at 9. Girl and because of Nisa now with him say yeah, and I mean who him say yeah, but I need to no the banana and crack and until now or yen hostile to get any train who free me. Into what train who free me who no, sometimes I put that dream of me. I made it not girl no small good. By my home interview and sending in every Timor last day 2 weeks more. I know my friend me. A catcher me say me person me the girl near me dependent na. And I'm my friend girl no. Me ma will be friend. No one broke me. Me ma will be friend. Will be friend no or say there be a man fanning yet. And I make me call and I make catcher a woman say there be a man fanning yet. But my share any more be 2 weeks me nya mo ye bien from home. Nti wada Roma na me person me who say e be positive and I say ye ne be PM from maba.
Yo, yeah, question. Mr. When it comes to Nyoma home office, there are so many factors involved in it. As a lawyer, no, mean to me can't yes or no, because what am a summary of it? And I mean, who Nyoma asama akoki kachire woman in Nyoma be kwa. There na den obisa me say bibi papa be free maba. Ebe den say mama will say yes or no. The reason being is me hwe nyoma bebre kwa. Ye nim how I present wo ho or interview no. And I nyoma bi a ya omo ni suitability. Nyoma bi a ya omo hwe say won breach immigration rules. Wunya penalties, wunya so many say in summary they look at the character reference. And they look at presentation, admissibility of your case, how you presented it. Until for now, you feel say maybe I'll present any I don't see why for your own self, no intimate judge say why?
Na wada Roma case ni nyina say on say girl the car said there be no.
Mr. Onim,
and go forward into the message why yeah me na was na
then book why
yo see number no any message wa wo hwɛ ɛyɛ aseɛ wa number no ɛda aseɛ wo nti message wa bomɔden na ma onsa enka number no anyway favor lawyer Francis FB solicitors on me to number of question Emra.
Hello.
What may we update
memory na the way questions neighbor no lawyer ma me share na me ma umfa wo mo kakra favor ma oni so kakra why any dey mu a lawyer to you. Good evening. Boko na o voice wo from pa message wa ma amplify your voice.
My cousin that for some analyst or ban, but when you are last year,
favor any dey mu a o voice na yentini yi ti message me nim so be reconnect ho na wasa join ya why say baby or one Asha, lawyer number is 0208 264 4800 near office line and 079 4677 2439 any lawyer mobile line. Favor you eat you yes. Well, from but you find this akoso.
Okay. So it hasn't back in a visa last year, but only the man because now the year report and a resume for but another one Edin do the same day. You can still prepare that visit. And the nurse only he said bound even
we the measure wa for lawyer na book appointment na only lawyer ni ho komo why na lawyer Emma o sister no a friend is a guidance ni nyina sana eja wa baba be do airport why yo me da sepa me the number no attack yo lawyer pacho yento a ye way yeah
yo me da say The TN is another update I'm saying so under the new Employment Right Act 2025 no sick pay. Changes which is from the 6th of April 2026. As a statutory sick pay SSP will be paid from the first day of illness instead of the fourth day. First day of illness instead of the fourth day. As you're saying, sir, we are here. There are a TN say, no, before 6th of April, no. Nanka what the fear bear 4 days and sana ya started to buying sick pay no amount. But from 6th of April, econom, I say we are here from day one no. All report to say we are here, I will say you trio buying sick no, which is the statutory sick pay no. Yo, and a biomonso no the lower earning limit will be removed. Currently, workers must earn a minimum amount to be eligible for statutory sick pay. First, say, the threshold be by, say, who need that amount, and I'll bet me, you bet to me amount sick pay. But from 6th of April 2026, Elkono, and to be able to do her, almost on be lower and threshold free on more. It doesn't matter how much you earn, you are going to be entitled to statutory sick pay. Statutory sick pay.
It's a labor for ya and I'm more the labor for bomb.
Aye. Changes are good. Changes are good, because all these things, be consecutive for introduce you here. And then I say for, but labor for a review and on where yes are changes, send our work no, you have my boss for now.
Sure.
For April the here. At least for employment, we're able to know what is ahead of us coming of April. Till the next time we talk about August and the rest of the months of 2026. If possible, for now, let's pause for updates. Near say we can do something about the topic for the day.
Joe, Ebusiama me na wase say Obomodiana will power tap na will share subscribe to the YouTube channel na Bomodiana also follow you on TikTok Dr. Ren TV. Na ene yen komo aye ba behwe mu no ye ba bedi enkomo afa question here, can you meet the spouse visa financial requirement if the sponsor isn't employed? And then nkɔmɔ a ɛne baba bedi no nti nkɔmɔ no wum questions the dɔɔso eti mɔmɔden anahyɛ no nso also wɔ question bi a you can also request na ɛgya waba bebusa lawyer open yɛ kyerɛ akwan a FB solicitors yɛ address ɛyɛ suite ENF yɛwɔ the clock house yɛtɔ so abonsan no the third floor yɛwɔ backing the postcode yɛ IG11 8EQ, IG11 8EQ. Your office line no, 0208 264 484800. Lawyer Francis Awuhuni, the number is 079 4677 2439. Mr. I'll be fro, no catch or say. Lawyer Francis na asoma na obagiske bi wɔ hɔ na bɔmmɔden ahwɛ wo phone so click biribi a menyɛ ka kyerɛ ne sɛ wopɛ sɛ wo ne Lawyer Francis na ankasa ɛkasa ansana agya wɔtumi ayɛ deɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ no nti no announcement yi yɛnhyɛ no nso na yɛmbɔ nkaebɔ wei nso yɛmbɔ ne ho dawuro. Let me know where you are watching me from. Maminchia Frank or no Efrie Scotland. John Broby, greetings to you. Kechi or say, what about minimum wage, please, for April? The minimum wage, I'm somewhat to mark £12 something. And do £13 there, but I think they're around £12. Justice,
Justice. Minimum wage depending on age, we are 21 and over. about £12.71 per hour. Yeah.
Okay. Yvonne, or say good evening, my lawyer. Just one idea. Wafa wonkwa on beso yo Yvonne, good evening. I hope you're doing great. Justice, I say please, if you do it, EU application are giving you right to travel back to your question. No, make sure so if you can climb here, request and then Bomodiana Bibusa question. Yeah, space ne nhyɛ dan wa ma wontumi nhwɛ wo questions ne nyinaa nti bɔmmɔden na climb bi ase lawyer yɛnhwɛ adeɛ o ɛne yɛ question no a yɛ topic a yɛtreat ne yɛ can you meet the spouse visa financial requirement if the sponsor isn't employed topic wei nkyerɛmu ne sɛn na mewie ama kɔmɛ question baako edi kan how to understand financial requirement when you are when your sponsor is not working.
Yo, me da say. Okay, topic na obisa mo asem na mostly sir obi wo krom ha oye British ni was settled oye EU ni okuta humanitarian protection na akwan gya wo ho sɛ obetumi akɔfa ne ho kafoɔ afiri amanɔne aba.
Okay.
Into on that note, Home Office are setting up requirements who such an application meet as a sponsor and na ebe forward as an applicant no. Mummy and no say mumiti. Into breaking it down for 4 requirements.
Okay.
1, accommodation requirement. 2, relationship requirement. 3, English language requirement. And 4, a financial requirement abesi and no topic in this one.
Okay.
When it comes to the financial requirement now, about setting up threshold, I was say who the sponsor no, you meet the 29,000 per annum, which is a gross but not the net. But there are other factors which it can be considered in terms of the financial requirement. And then you find say in case sponsor no one year juma, can the sponsor meet the financial requirement? Into what it is, if your sponsor is not working, perhaps because he or she is retired or pension, it may initially seem difficult to meet the UK spouse or partner visa financial requirement. In Appendix FM of the immigration rules, which currently requires a minimum income of 29,000 per year. And we are sponsor na upese sponsor who free amanone eba financial requirement ni say was say meet financial threshold of 29,000. But there are exceptions to these rules. There are other ways you can meet the financial requirement. In the way share the other ways in case who the sponsor no wunye ejuma. Inti dia na ube to me meet the financial requirement in case we a sponsor work or retirement wunye ejuma, but who are other sources of income. I.e., funds, pension, ni others, stocks and others, can you use them as part of the financial requirement or not? Inti Uyema said, main thing about this is the financial requirement if you are not working.
Now, lawyer, now your pensioners and now what about one more month? Sorry to say, be disabled in this way.
Yes, were disabled people be and then more exemption.
Oh, okay.
Inti and only a benefit be awarding based on that, and I'll be an exemption from that.
So in this way, I obey me I say, and I met me busa say a year disability a year sikana omujin. Is it paired to a year the minimum financial requirement, Anna?
What it is, it's not really, but more way be a home office and the calculate talked about it.
Okay.
Inti or some specific benefits it helps them to give you exemption.
All right.
Based on his assessment, they realize that no, you can't sponsor someone. I say, oh, Rebecca say, oh, pensioner wakoshia will be na still no person warrior. Home office say, okay, say, wako pension, no man warrior. That means, Sabi, you are infringing upon the right.
Human rights.
Yes, which is Article 8, right to
Mm.
family life and that. That is the reason why I'm making exemption out of the financial requirement, on the basis they believe would me emiti Sauko pensioner, you can't meet the threshold no setting up no. Into on that
So,
basis, they will look at it. Feedback be with you, and okay.
okay. So which means is say I abom be share yenia no na ebi mo kan say oh oba de wo kware no kra na oye disable a enya de wo betimi aboa o. Eno no sa kasa no it's not backed by law.
There be.
Okay. Yo, mami bisa we not to so MB Link say, please, what if both of you are in the UK and the sponsor receives benefits and also works part-time?
Oh, the sponsor receive benefits and work part-time. What sort of benefits is the sponsor receiving? That is the first question me as a lawyer, maybe so. Because there are specific benefits or some benefits in this one. A year now home office and more exemption. On that note, saying we can say DLA, disability living allowance, is one of them. And on more police pension, other pensions, but and I was say, mommy, benefit to cry, nipa ne wo, and
Okay.
ne part time, warrior, say, okay, benefit,
See
now
universal.
can part time ni boma. For all you know, benefit be also ukuta. Mostly, you don't need to meet the financial requirement.
Or see universal credit.
Universal credit, I'm afraid, is not one of them.
PIP.
PIP, you're one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Indeed, these are the things Home Office actually can the sort of say who benefit be or your exemption. You don't need to meet the financial requirement. And until I make I say there is an exemption based on the sort of benefit Woji.
Good. Sure. Abusuani FB solicitors ana etwetwe nkɔmɔ no lawyer Francis ana wotene ni mesrewa uhi bomodia na frey na woni yendi dwuma na mmom no kai sɛ wo friends so you book for consultation and we are very very important. We lawyer ba o my free consultation. We must also support him as he is also supporting our Ghanaian community. Ye Ghana fo bebree a nkrataa ni hɔ. But ye kwan bebree a woti krom ha, unsa betumi aka nkrataa. So don't be afraid. Mr. Lewa, nyɛ maame bi na ɛyɛ o, nyɛ papa bi na ɛyɛ o. Ɛyɛ lack of knowledge na wonni no. That is why lawyer Francis is here to guide you, to help you, to assist you. Na wo nso unsa aka wo nkrataa. Why? Aye. Say 2.5 cry said the name nkɔfo ka na ebu ne tot a. Die hia ne sɛ unsa bɛka wo nkrataa. The love, thank you. Die hia ne sɛ unsa bɛyɛ dɛ ɛbɛka wo nkrataa. Oti aseɛ sɛ ɛyɛ tot o, sɛ ɛyɛ de o nkakra nkra unsa bɛka wo British passport. So ɛho hia. But woni nkrataa no a ɛyɛ kwan a yɛnua no bi go through because ɔmo ni nkrataa na yɛ na ɛyɛ awerɛho. Especially ɛwɔ mmaa nsa ano ɛne mmarima nyinaa nso. Nti ɛnhyɛ ne nso. Yo. Lawyer, Yemfa a question at Tosu me no Mimbusa say, can the financial requirement be met if the sponsor is not working? Senior which actually muno.
Yo, yeah, sure. Home office in Rana. Yeah, normal, because for all you know, no, they're expecting you to meet the financial requirement, which is the 29,000. But case law, Lebanon, the sort of say, and you'll be a bit to me meet financial requirement.
Lebanon, yeah, Ghana for soldiers where you got 2 bomb na no ko bomb. Hey.
Oh, sorry, man,
Me see a Lebanon chrono a Ghana for was so no a 2 bomb na no bomb who asem na work in case law. Ni na go to.
And yeah, no, when Lebanon versus the Secretary of State. And no, why?
Ni na go to.
Yeah, into you sure. Based on your question, no. Sir, can the financial requirement be met if the sponsor is not working? Mecca say yes, because Appendix FM of the immigration rules, allows applicants to rely on savings, or pension income, or rental income, and other lawful income sources, even when the sponsor has no employment income.
Wow.
And that tells you, sir, sponsor no, or a British in no a pension crana, or bet to me you soon pension income no, and they are supported as part of the financial requirement. And the biom so no, be no I savings be the baby. And also no, or bet to me you should savings no as part of the financial requirement. But savings no calculation no who kakra. Inti I say open lawyer when him be a because our calculations be one they work home office they work for you to meet that financial requirement. And now being so na sponsor no or properties be or the renting. Unya kakra every hall, which is rental income. And also no obey to me a use as part of the sources of income as part of the financial requirement. These are the things and yes, one year jumanti won't need other sources of income be or other sources of income obey to me I rely on.
Sure. Any abusiafo make also say bomodia na fire number na do business with us only lawyer Francis NFB solicitors and treating a young book for consultation na lawyer and bomodia and wow lawyer number is 07946772439 mami momodia na minchia eye boavi ewa se eja nkroma wa ha sanso na mo amaba nyinaa so ye mamu nyinaa mo akwaba bomodi ana follow yen why bomodi ana follow the love any copy thanks for following yen follow yen ho na lawyer de nsem bi to ha yetimi ensa aka ne ntem mamenko some of the questions are up I don't know Loramel Beauty. I hope say getting the name correct. I say, please, these new rules for a year ILR, does it affect those who are already in the system? One also question our debate and I say, please, should the £29,000 be evidence in your account, i.e., sitting in your account as at the time of a year application?
Is it the two questions put together and answer different?
Great questions. First question here, Laura Mel Beauty will say, please, these new rules for a ILR, no, does it affect those who are already in the system?
Yo, Laura Bell, the first answer me de bema on say, enya meye emra. Inti wunti me ka say these new rules, no.
Okay.
Inti me
Joe?
strong. For now, ni dear, dear enya emra ni dear. We don't want to talk about it. Yamani meye emra, ni enhwe tama Home Secretary no embe start adine free.
Yo. Blinks, links.
Second question, now Busa said 29,000. Does it have to sit in your account?
Yeah, any MB links.
What's that?
Any MB links and then Ubusa.
Oh, okay. MB links. Yes, so at TN said 29,000 a year per annum. Over year in year, financial year in year. Every month, the two will can you canning in our boom before tax and NIR. And yet, I was say, you can say accountant for my friend, gross income. Into yet tax in the free ma and a net income.
Okay.
It is all working out with the financial requirement now. Home Office say, yepe will gross income of the year. For one car, sir, what per net. Into gross only every month be a 12 car for 12 months now. You be cutting in album a year 29,000 now. That means that you meet the financial requirement.
Sure. Maminchia a year me graphic designer Linson Studios. Mesha mo menu aketwa na Ghana. Momo modiana mon contact no na eja onya mo flyers in fama mo. Maminchia a year Pastor Augustine Abuaje. And so yene nyina na wo UK hase. Ono so ewa hase. Lawyer na ene yenko ye question na etoso eye miensa. No bi ubisa say at the moment, how much a year in cash savings is required if relying on a year savings alone?
Yeah, banker figure. And I make I say there is a bit of calculations over there. We have calculations now home office now. That means that with savings, it has to be 88,500.
Okay.
In the old sponsor, so when to me meet 29,000 now we rely on savings now. It has to be 88,500.
That accounting.
So I don't work out.
Okay.
I know that make us say the calculations near BBB. I don't advise for people to use the savings as part of the financial requirement because we have our calculations via Uber or I was see a follow no. I don't know how our home office generated that calculations, you know. If they will tell you, say, do that calculations because say Uber will satisfy. Say if you are relying on savings alone to meet the Appendix FM financial requirement for a spouse visa or partner visa within no other sources of income, it is necessary to hold savings of 88,500. This figure comes from the formula established in the immigration rules. Into home office, the formula back, which is a base level of 16,000 plus 2.5 times the minimum income required.
So how did they
arrive? 88,500, you know.
How did they arrive at that formula? No?
I don't know. I can't ask them. Huh? It is all you see how today's basic calculations, you know. When it comes to savings, I don't recommend people to use their savings for that.
Kerry said, I earn £28,567 per annum, meaning I can't sponsor or?
Yes, I'm afraid you can't sponsor because the law says 29,000.
And the Kerry, Tiania Bomodiana Fakakra, Mia Weni, na compare Juma Kakra top up. Why? Compare Bibi Kakra top up. Lawyer, Mamimbusa, I hear this question. I say, can savings be combined with other income sources?
Yes, savings can be combined with other income sources because we have my savings no form.
Okay.
Or prefer or other income generated somewhere. Into Emrana Maho coin say obetimia combine other sources of income.
Yo. Steve, Jobs, my name is now here, Apple Noah. Lawyer Francis, Ewaha, this our question.
Hi, Lawyer Francis. Good evening.
Good evening.
Recently, me apply for naturalization.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is I've got 2 CCJs, and I tried applying around 2014, but I was refused on the good character issue that I was not supposed to be working, and I worked. So I was thinking, now that I'm about to apply, if it will affect.
Sorry, I didn't hear your last bit. The question you want to ask.
About to apply, will be affecting the case now.
Yo, when it comes to good character requirement under the naturalization now, yeah, now Home Office here straight about that. When you are CCJ, no, what was the outcome? Were you able to sort it out and everything is over now, or is still pending?
Steve, Omutina answer lawyer. Obusa said, is everything over? Were you able to sort it out?
Or it's still pending?
No, it's satisfied.
Okay, how long is it now?
2023.
Okay, so when it comes to such issue, what you have to do is you can apply the naturalization, but declare what offenses under the good character requirement. Because there is case law that backs it, says, as long as you declare your convictions and that, hopefully,
your lawyer,
they have to consider, rather than using the word deception against you. Because obviously, they're going to find out. So would can catch the woman a better than say would be see a woman now or mark find out no more use to deception, no more they refuse you.
Okay. Steve, it's me the lawyer number attack you to Mr. Bobo they have friend now book for consultation now on board. Why? Yo, that's you wish me that's Gifty, lawyer Francis was.
Hello, lawyer. Pacho, good evening.
Good evening.
Papa, lawyer, me pacho, de me pesa me bisa kakra sa ya me ba so. Aya won ka fee waiver sa me pesa wo cheche fee waiver mu kakra kire me.
Yo, the attorney say who say the topic of fee waiver. You bet to me the end the next topic. You bet the next week come out. Why?
Pesa wo cheche mu kakra kire me.
And the question
it's money say and bia who who apply for home office applications nibia, especially leave to remain. Now sika home office urgent no. Any IHS no who sika. I was say who apply for fee waiver no. No we did too much. Nobody sika na and say utua for application. Any IHS no. Nobody a chow. Nobody a application no.
Oh, okay.
Show Gifty. Eti yo any bibi any afre lawyer na book appointment na omo na ibia na yes a fee we
ya ho adwuma won.
No dia ma wo nti oye ni nyina ho adwuma why yo Gifty
ya me fro
yo
number bibia me ba so beti unti
yo asantoa no ye wangansa ko ba be bumi o me da say lawyer
bibia me ne wona wo so ta na yapon
yo
me da say
yes that's yo thank you yo fachemi questions everywhere actually na mekwa akofa because I think say obi ebusa one question bi wa say or say chief or say my name or say what do we do when the home office is refusing proxy marriage? Do we have to go home now? One other question there the buy no
Mr. Antissa, you can't go home. You see, adia bakwa you say you believe say the home office beke biya right. Mr. Amo, that mentality, you free a trim.
Omunya nyankopon.
Debbie.
Omuye
And
nipa.
more year will case in one man. Omunya lawyers to send me.
Yes, omunyo chese omunchro lock yukra exams in poda. Lawyer can say.
Oh, because I told the BIA as a film, young call for the power or home office I send the home pool. Because you say, now, but sir.
Lawyer tin krata na dey so woni bia ho na say wasem wo home office na wonya news bia o chese wo ho pupu chese wo da chi na gina so no ti na sometimes no lawyer nye easy o na no bi obi ba me boss so a wo su adan a na nkokope eye a friend is saying direct contact na ye refuse no na or application a eye appeal ti osusu sɛ anhwɛ ni a wenya direct contact deɛ yɛ man indirect ɛnya deɛ a ɛbɛyɛ ti esu paa
Yo,
Charlie.
in the answer, any question. So home office refuse to proxy marriage now. That is not the end.
Okay.
I say Ghana, ya wa ya mamra ya diye ya wari. Proxy marriage, one of them are friend or near customary marriage. Inti who broni no baba chere me say, who case worker no baba catch me say, me a my mama mre no every fear aba Ghana no. Wo si enye no kre. And a case law say CB Brazil case law ne say oya wari free amanone ayi Ghana. Na Ghana mamre agia to authorities over there, which is metropolitan, municipal, district. Omaji the omo letter sisu about authentication letter to swa. Na Ministry of Foreign Affairs letter ka ho, Judicial Services letter ka ho a. Ye the be application I was one refuse. That means I won't Ghana authorities nindi. And then I make us say, Musu Makahubi. Oh, the home office Nikano, I am no credit.
Lawyer wants to say because of a year information a union no bebre no anya ni nti na me say dey be aba ha share the information share because aba say by now no we should be doing in our hundreds and thousands for people to be watching so that at least the message will spread more. What you say? Meaning say every video ni na be at 2,000 3,000 okay can you na boom about 7,000 for na share. So sometimes we need to do more than this. Send your information will reach far because send a lawyer can we want really make coffee now partner coffee you want so lawyer can help you now eja yet me fight to case ama
Into Ushama said, yeah, yes, sir, the opposite would say, home office to UK ha, catch you say, well, why are you free Ghana no and yet?
and yet
Into you person who catch me say, we are warrior ha, home office better too. Because who say why what follow what registrar what publish it why ye my certificate omo de omo ti tu mo adentin na de free Ghana de omo nyintu
it's free to park ebusia paying to park when they on into sure
because these are the things I was here challenging one Krobia wona mamre a ode ye na ware Nti say wo mo office catch me say proxy marriage na Ghana for ye no ye ntintuma wo ne hwan na obetimi aka tell say ye ntintum It's about time we have to challenge them.
Musra brofo no dodo and so my name friend lawyer Francis no be men can so anything I'm say mon friend lawyer Francis Niamboa lawyer meaning say we'll move to our next question MB links edit the same question aba no the besides please can the applicant alone prove a year the 29K if the sponsor can please can the applicant alone prove the 29K if the sponsor can't meet up or can their pay be joined and no to our next question no you say can savings be combined with other income a friend is saying sources are now
Your Oshama savings, you can combine your savings if you are the sponsor with other income, which is your rental income and other savings, any other income be a would free baby. Tell no the ne kwan so ano no. Emra ma ho kwan ema you combine other savings. Yo, and I am sure the enu de buy and say can applicant support the sponsor? Uhema omumra ni say was sponsor no na eye. But if it takes for entry clearance, yenye careful the me babeka no. If it says okofawe free amanoniaba, it's only the sponsor. But if it's here, wababeduna moko for renewal, no, which is extension, it can be combined by the two. Applicant and the sponsor.
Omo de se ade no de se mote ha na mo nyina mo nkrata de a enwema mbe ya bom ni de omo te ase bas ba ofie de a na ba ku wa ha de a eno ne de se de ono no wa ha no na omo ebegina ne de no so ahwe de wa mo waba and go we all. Asari Kino say I'm EU citizen and I want to join my father in the UK, but 5 months now I have not heard anything. Question we are EU citizen, they are betting about UK. I've been in there more 6 months, but there's a won't mean your lawyer says the say bibi so my papa and free a lawyer Francis. Why? Na sebio ontimi embook for a consultation na the oho bia no church na lawyer emma no advisor obetimi aboa. Why? Meshe wa follow me na follow lawyer Francis enche Bomodiana abrini no ye Wednesdays 7 to 8 p.m. ye the legal digest ne bra. Memin de bia so from 12 to 1 p.m. ye the legal digest eba. Timesre wa momiembo hu de rule. Na for lack of knowledge ne yenuanu bebre no an wo krum ha. Omu ni nkrata omo bre. Omu de kwhye ye maame ne ye papa no mo Ghana. Me so mempene sa. Omu nya abayifo. Wona wunya nya animudie no na wunya nya mmoa. Mmoa no so aba. FB solicitors. Ɛno nti bɔmmɔden na brɛ aso ɛyɛ na yɛntumi mmoa na wo nsa nso nka wo nkrataa. Yɛwɔ suite E&F the clock house. Abonsan no yɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa. Yɛwɔ barking. Yɛ postcode no yɛ IG11 8EQ. Yɛ office line no nso yɛ 0208 264 4800. Lawyer Francis number is 079 4677 2439. Numbers am diama we say emu bi amfrɛ na nipa kro no say wasɛne biribi wɔ WhatsApp so click so a message wa menye ana sɛ fasike bi lawyer say sike bi abedi wɔ fama no message menye message wa bibi ni a frɛ lawyer ɛne ɛyɛ office line na gye confirmation answer. Because you won't say the paboni for being a mesumase, the numbers no edi boni. Ye bibi papa no no so ese. The do no aye alata obefemi Martin for. Lawyer, yen share your question toso. Or say what rules apply to the source and accessibility of savings?
Yo, Oshema Omo Emrano say it has to be a genuine source of income. Because the savings must come from a lawful source, cannot be borrowed, and must be held in an account allowing withdrawal or demand with a regulated financial institutions. Gifts are permitted, but yewomra a better gift to whom. Because Kromano ubetimetua gift tax. Nti sɛ wokɔka sɛ gift a wo nana bi na edi gya wa ɔde gift wa did you pay for the gift tax? Because kuroma no mayɛ sɛ biribiara mmara bata ho nti sɛ woka sɛ gift bi na me nana bi de maa me a ɔmbɛka sɛ anyɛ biara no meɛnhwɛ sɛ wotua tax wɔ ho anaa and ɔmo HMRC no they don't joke with that when it comes to taxation. Nti woyɛ ma the ɔmo ka ne sɛ sika na wode ba bɛyɛ as a sponsor no ɛkwan bɛɛ so ɛna wonya sɛ sika no nti ɛno nso no ɔmo hwehwɛ mu ɛna ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo make sure sɛ ɛyɛ genuine business genuine money genuine income all because of maybe a friend of money laundering. And almost person almost say baby a sikada no a regulated financial institution. Almost there almost 2 minutes almost crowd see come out. Into all these things, you know, almost assess here. These are the things almost assess baby a sikani free and sikano bank bank na no say chrono and answer ye tum a bank na ye tum. They are being regulated by the financial authorities ni nasi for now. And as a gift and so there was some at least the sources of the gift, you know, and asked to say which your tax or so and I say when to you.
Adumbi Keke, or say, please, I have not been to school before. How can I do life in the UK test? Hey, Adumbi Keke. Now, why try bro foka makama way? I was also want go school.
Kacha is all more exemption. Why? Into exemption, no. Obey to me, I apply say on co school that. But exemption, no, it's a couple of things you need to prove. Maybe we are under 18. Maybe we are above 65. Or who are disability. And this disability, no, it has to be assessed by a consultant. But before I say a consultant, you know, over call with GP office, now GP I refer you to the consultant.
Yo. Tiwi deɛ adom bi kɛkɛ lawyer say ɛkwan wɔ hɔ nti bɔmmɔden a ɛkyerɛ so am the lawyer number asɛnde o bɔmmɔden a frɛ na book a consultation na ɔntumi guide o na ɔnso na the way a wotwerɛ borɔfo kamakama ɛwɔ so sɛ wankɔ sukuu ebi a obisa question ama obi yo lawyer yɛnhwɛ ɛyɛ question ɛtɔ so ɔsɛ how long must ɛyɛ savings be held?
Yo, side way and come only application we pay. Share visitors visa it happen with that side, you know.
Okay.
So enuanom omu free omu wo fie na omu print omu statement na ubo say within 6 months no sika buburo bi ababa beto account ni mu make a visitors visa say na my back question no ubo say within 6 months no wa shut down the pump sika bebre ababa gum all because we fate up near bank statement what they call home office and that's what they call apply for visit visa. And no idea home office or would they refuse to take me?
Your farmers net tie pa cocoa cratchy phone. We are not scanning in our quack gumna be brave.
Into Emma, and say, I was said savings in the dollar account to move for 6 months, won't touch it.
Could you be sick up and so 6 months net de with the any was so by you lawyer I say yes 6 months mental chisikano why afra the same question abebusa ono so abebusa about say ono so nko school na kwan best mesre wa monfrɛ lawyer na monbuku for consultation na lawyer entimi embomodian emboamo na eja ono so kwan abefa so a ono so ubetimi exempted from yes social no. Lawyer yɛnhwɛ me for last question na yɛn bɔmmɔden wrap here. Was it can proceeds from the sales of shares or property count as savings?
Yo, question no as say at least who shares now to you bet me use as part of the financial requirement, you know. And the biom so say our property be now to can it be used as part of the financial requirement? We have yes, because shares or investment must be sold and converted into cash. If held for at least 6 months before sale, the cash does not need to be held for a further 6 months. Property proceeds may also be used if the property was owned 6 months prior to the application. Into what was the term 6 months, you know, almost in the agro.
Yeah.
Mr. Amo, sir, ube your application now when himself ube meet financial requirement started building with case. Or building with case a year better.
Sure, lawyer. When you say your time, aso, but ansana meja wa ma wakɔ no mamenka yɛ tiefoɔ ne ahwɛfoɔ nyinaa sɛ yɛne lawyer Francis ɛna atwitwe nkɔmmɔ ofiri FB solicitors Wednesdays bia yɛ legal education 7 to 8 p.m. ana memende bia nso ɛyɛ 12 to 1 p.m. mɛsrɛ wo a bɔmmɔden na follow me na follow lawyer Francis nso sɛnea yɛba live a wo nso nsa bɛka ɛyɛ notification ne bi wo subscribe to me YouTube channel no ɛyɛ Dr. Ren TV bɔmmɔden na subscribe video we ɛda hɔ nti no open video na hwɛ a wokɔ Dr. Ren TV a part 1 ɛfa ɛnɛyɛ topic a yɛhwɛ can you meet the spouse visa financial requirement if the sponsor isn't employed ɛne ho ɛna ɛnɛ yɛahwɛ saa nkɔmmɔ nti mesrɛ wɔ a questions bebree no a mode ba no bi wɔ hɔ a yɛ answer dada so just go to Dr. Ren TV YouTube so subscribe to the channel na bɔ mmɔden na agya na hwɛ bi lawyer menim sɛ edwumadi na de abewie links question bebree wɔ ha saa nso na yɛnnua kodwo mɛsrɛ mo a momfa mo question no momfa ntwerɛ ntoɔ nyame yɛ adom a memenda lawyer bɛyi ne nyinaa no ama mo why yɛmmerɛ no 1 hour pɛpɛpɛ ɛne ɛde yɛ adwuma lawyer free court abawabrɛ lawyer ɛdeɛ na wode wɔ ɛde ma yɛn ansa na yɛakɔ megya wo kwan ma wakɔ
Yo, me da say, dog, sir. Dan then also you FB solicitors na your day your legal digest no every your TF4 ne ahwefo ɛwɔ platform ɛna me so me platform mpa bɔ ne sɛ yankopɔn ɛbɛma wa hoɔden na da ne da nyinaa na yɛbɛsom your community no at least yɛnso yɛ token a yɛbɛtumi de ayɛ no ɛne saa adeɛ wei na apart from that no deɛ mede bɛgya atiefoɔ ahwɛfoɔ a na wɔhwɛ yɛn ɛde sɛ yɛho trend bi a ɛreba ɛwɔ immigration bit no sɛ at times home office when it comes to Ghanaian marriages na yɛho trend bi a ɛreba they believe sɛ proxy marriage no ɛnyɛ genuine. All because they don't know the type of marriages Ghana yɛwɔ. It happened somewhere 2019. And I no man so train a twitching ya na omeji awari any two. But I can see sir current case workers they are not abreast with most of our cultures and our norms and our marriages. Until Omasa so I raise that thing back again. Now I believe sir wow what that situation no kawakuma to ye. Koneko lawyer. What Ghana your culture and your mamre no ase.
Mr. Wabrana behu FB solicitors, lawyer Francis. Why? Lawyer.
Because the money say we are challenging Oma won't be sembra amaye. But what happens that way, lawyers here baby a free ayeba. No one challenge them.
Yeah, din sa nom de baba ye mra de ama nom de asoso ye ko na akekere ye ko na se ba sa na bo ye so bi edi so.
Yeah. Yeah, now sa ma ne happen that way. Mr. that TBN no a kohun lawyer wonim de woye. Na one solve issue ma in terms of ya warrior omode gina so omopese omode refuse to no mo share emra emayen. Mr. mo ma ye ni now and I wonya letter big from home officer nya abutre ne pe lawyer no interpreting ma because the who ni say obi a feel say oh otibrofo nti obetimi akai ye legal terms bi wo ma wunim ena enye wadwuma yo Dr. Rain ebiom se besa da wase hopefully Saturday nyankopon de chen ya ye besa ehia 12 to 1 me am say friend lawyer Francis and I'm free FB solicitors my mobile number is 0794 6772439. Mrs. Subio 0794-677-2439. Yawo Barkin, suit E and F, the clock house. Your postcode here IG11 8E for Echo, Q for Quebec. Yakramo. Bye-bye.
MB Links, so see, we will come to you alone, oh, cancel. You need baby ako. Ebusia, Maminda Munina must say, Nyame Aduma, Ebesanso, Asia. Take good care of yourselves. Bye.